All right, once you've edited your image in Lightroom, exported it to Photoshop, then maybe you've made some changes here. Maybe you've done some burning and dodging. Maybe you've added text, um, whatever. Now you want to make sure it's the right size and label it. So we're going to go to Image. Oop, let me make it full screen here for you. Image, image size. And you want to make sure that this little chain here is selected. So here it's deselected, and then here it's selected. So you can see the two little bars connecting the height and width. And what that's going to do is it makes sure that if you change one number, it's going to automatically change the other number to keep everything in proportion so that your photograph doesn't look all discombobulated and wonky. So for most assignments, I'm going to ask that your image be 4 by 6 or 5 by 7. So, and that would be inches. So we want to check here that we are in pixels per inch. We want to make sure we're always at 300 pixels per inch. And we want to make sure that we are at inches here as well. So that's the first thing you want to check before you start resizing. Now I'm going to change, because this is a horizontal photograph, meaning it's more wide than it is tall. I'm going to change my width first to 7, because the assignment for this particular image is a 5 by 7. So I've changed it to 7, and it automatically adjusted here to a height of 4.657, which isn't 5, right? So, but if I change this to 5, this now becomes greater than 7. I want to keep my image at 5 by 7 or smaller. Okay, so what I'm going to do is go back here, change this to 7, and now it is a little bit, the height is a little bit smaller than 5, but what that means is if I were to print this, it would still fit on a 5 by 7 inch piece of paper, and it would be the largest image it could possibly be on that size piece of paper. If I were to, if the assignment were to call for a 4 by 6, I would change this to 6, and notice that it's slightly less than 4, but that's okay. All right, so I'm going to go back and change this to 7, and I'm going to say okay. It's going to resize. And sometimes your photo now looks huge, sometimes it might look tiny. But if you look up here, right now it's at 50%. All right, so I can come down here to my magnifying glass, and I can just, whoa, make it look way too big. These are the pixels that make up the image. Or I can go to fit screen, where I can see the whole image. All right, I have it the right size. Now I just need to change the name so that it's named with my last name. So now I can go to File, Save As. I'm going to save it to my computer. And I'm going to save it back into the same folder where I initially got it. Okay, so I can look up here and notice that I'm still in the practice images folder. And I'm going to call it my last name. So whatever, so you're always going to call it your last name and whatever the assignment is. So texture, composition, portrait, food, whatever. And then save it as type. We always want to be here at this very first JPEG. Okay, JPEG. And then say save. This little window is going to pop up, and as long as you are somewhere in the medium or high range, you are good to go. Just press OK. And now you can close this and start your next project. You'll notice that it's saved here, and next time you open Photoshop, it will be here. I'm not sure how many past images it saves for you. Um, these are the images I've been working on in the last few days. So anyway, that's a kind of a cool thing. Now you should be able to go into your assignment in Canvas and directly access your drive and your photograph and upload it very easily that way.